Hey, what's up, guys? Cody on back with the video. And today I want to do my Naruto review episode 84 review English dub. So here it goes. Episode starts out with in the previous episode there we see Naruto opening up the door there, and Itachi was right in the middle of the door and shit like that. um, uh, the episode starts out with Naruto opening up the door there, and Itachi was there. Um, for Naruto was like kind of like shaken up. He was like, "Who is these guys there?" He's like, "Who is these fucking guys there?" and shit like that. And then he looks at Itachi there. He's like, he's like, "Wait." Naruto was kind of like freaked out. He's like, "Oh crap!" He's like, "That looks like Sasuke's eyes and shit like that." So he's like, how this guy has the same ability as Sasuke and shit like that because he was using the shotting gun and shit. Frickin' the next scene there we see frickin' uh, Sasuke was trying to see where Itachi was actually at and shit like that. We see a flashback we see a flashback there of what actually happened to the Uchiha clan there. We actually get to see a flashback what actually happened to the Uchiha clan, where Itachi was technically at fault for causing the Uchiha clan to get killed and shit like that. Before they did that, in the flashback, we see Itachi was saying to someone to Sasuke there, saying he's like, "Don't worry." He's like, "I've been trying to work hard and shit like that." Sasuke was actually asking some questions to his father there, or in the flashback, and his father was actually saying something to him. He's like, he doesn't understand what's going on with Itachi and shit like that. The next scene there, uh, when Sasuke was going to fucking to the academy and shit, and then some these two people there were talking to him saying like you can do much better and stuff like that. That's what he was saying. He's like, and then, or the two people are saying, we know him and stuff like that. And they said something about his brother actually being completing the academy when he was his age and shit like that. So we get to see he actually was saying stuff about that and shit like that, or they had to say stuff like that and shit. Nightfall hits in the next scene there. We get to see the nightfall hit there, and then Itachi was sitting on top of the pedestal, ready to attack the Uchiha clan. There, we all know what actually happens about why he did attack the Uchiha clan, but so he was wiping out technically Itachi was technically wiping out the Uchiha clan there. He was technically wiping them out and shit like that, killing them one by one and shit. And Sasuke was like, "What the fuck is going on here? Why everybody's like, uh, he's like, nobody would be sleeping around this time or so." So he was trying to see what the fuck is going on there, and then he see like it's like bot. He's seen like uh, he's seen like the half of his clan getting fucking killed off there, so half of his fucking clan is being getting killed off and shit like that. He's like, what the fuck is happening and shit. So he went back to his home there, or Sasuke went back to his fucking home there and shit like that, and he didn't know what he was actually saying and stuff, or he was actually saying and shit like that. uh, Sasuke was tries to find his mother and father there, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on there?" and shit like that. So he opens up he was trying to be hesitating and trying to open up the door, but he opens up the door there, they're lying dead there. Freaking Itachi was like looking at him. He's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, what are you trying to do on this thing? And Sasuke was like, technically small at the time. He was like, I don't know what you're doing and stuff. He's like, and stuff like that. So he did his Mocking Sharingan at Sasuke there. That's what Itachi did to him, showing what he actually did to the village there. And he's like, what the fuck? Why are you showing me this and shit like that? That's what Sasuke was saying to Itachi, and it kind of freaked him out there. It kind of freaks Sasuke out. He's like, I don't want to fucking die and shit like that. And then he gets stopped there in the end of on that. And then we go back into the real world, or back into the regular thing there, we're back to the regular thing there. And freaking Sasuke was like looking where Itachi was at and shit like that. We see Itachi was actually saying something to Naruto, saying get out of the room and shit. And then they were saying to Naruto, saying come with us and shit like that. So Naruto was like, oh crap, what am I supposed to fucking do? He's like, I trust these guys and shit like that. Freaking Kisame was saying something to Naruto there, and he's like, if he tries to run, he's like, I will try to cut off his like legs or something. That's what Kisame was saying there to Itachi. And then Itachi was just standing there, and then he knew Sasuke was right behind him and stuff like that. And then he's like, and Kisame was like saying, who is that and stuff like that. And he said, well, he's like, that's my little brother and shit. And it kind of surprised Naruto. He's like, he's like, remembers what Sasuke was saying to him, he remembers what Sasuke was saying to, or Naruto was remembering what Sasuke was saying there, saying he was to kill his brother and shit like that because what he did to his clan there, or what he did to the Uchiha clan and shit like that. So Sasuke did his Chidori there, and then he said he wants to see him dead there. So he fucking was charging at Itachi there. Itachi did stop his Chidori, and he's like, and then freaking Itachi's like, how you knew? He's like, how you knew? He's like, Itachi was like, well. He's like, wow, you can actually learn a Chidori and shit like that. That's what Itachi was saying to Sasuke. And he breaks his fucking arm there. And then the end of the episode, Naruto was going to try to save the day and try to use the 9 chakra there to build up his shit there. And Kisame took that away, or he canceled his 9 tails chakra. He's like, Naruto's like, what the fuck and shit like that. He's like, I can't use it. And Naruto kind of looked like he was about to get fucked there by Kisame. And out of nowhere, Jiraiya pops out the summoning toad there and blocks Kisame's sword. And then Jiraiya kind of like saved the day, and that's where the episode ends. So yep, that's pretty much it. Comment, rate, response, what's your experience. We'll like my other videos, please subscribe, hit that bell notification once you uploads. Comment, response, what's your experience. We'll like her out. Out of your peace.